global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. As we speak, the president is actually in Japan over TICAD9. There's a conference going on right now, but back home in Nigeria, the oppositions, the main opposition right now, the ADC, is not resting, as they have seen a very powerful loophole that they couldn't help but address. Of course, after addressing it, the presidency could not also help but defend themselves, because obviously it is electionary period already and everyone is throwing shades. And the African Democratic Congress, ADC, has slammed the federal government and the All Progressive Congress, APC, over the issue of Nigerians' unmanned boat at the ongoing 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development, that's TICAD9, in Yokohama, Japan. The interim National Publicity Secretary of ADC, that is Bolani Abdullahi, said that the APC government has succeeded in showcasing its incompetence at TICAD9 in Japan. In a post made on his social media handle, Abdullahi said that the incompetency of the APC followed President Bola Tinubu to Japan. He wrote on his social media page, the APC government's incompetence has followed the president to Japan. The president traveled with a large entourage, yet there was no one at the Nigerian boat. After this jamboree, who will follow up to ensure that Nigeria actually benefits from TICAD9? When we asked them to appoint ambassadors, they went ahead and appointed Kwam1. If you know the story of Kwam1. And Nigerians, this is what anyhowness looks like, Abdullahi wrote, as in that this anyhowness of this government is showcasing itself.
So this is the country stand where you have all the African countries at TICAD9. You can see different countries, Cameroon showcasing itself. You can see Cameroon showcasing itself. You can see Togo. You can see Senegal. I've been going around, right? So Senegal, Sierra Leone, Republic. You can see all the booths are, you know. You can see Sierra Leone, and then you come to Equatorial Guinea, and then you come to the giant of Africa, and there's 0 people there, 0. Not one, no, 0. Upon all the people that left Nigeria on your planes, not a single person is manning the stand of the biggest country on the continent. Every other country is represented and our people manage their stand. Then you come to our own Nigerian stuff, and there's nobody. Everybody does start coming here asking, not a single person manning the stand. Very, very disappointing as usual. Very, very disappointing.
Well, the presidency have decided to reply, not allowing it to rest. And this is what they said. The federal government has said that it is more interested in strategic engagements than participating in the trade expo at the ongoing 9th Tokyo International Conference for African Development in Yokohama, Japan. This was disclosed in a statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President, Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, as at a few hours ago, in reaction to the viral photo of an empty boat labeled Nigeria at the ongoing summit. Some social media users, as at that same hour, have expressed concern about Nigeria's unmanned exhibition boat at the TICAD9 despite President Bola Tinubu's attendance at the summit, maintaining that the viral content misrepresented Nigerians' mission and activities at the conference. Onanuga went on to highlight the activities that the retinue of officials who were on the trip with Tinubu were involved in. Onanuga said, and I quote, "While we understand the urge by many social media users to seek clicks with many incorrect posts, we also recognize that the author may have acted out of patriotic concern. But it is a concern inspired by ignorance about Nigeria's mission at the triennial conference. The Nigerian delegation to the summit, led by President Tinubu, is laser-focused on its core objectives of achieving tangible outcomes from the scheduled lineup of bilateral and multilateral engagement targeted at driving optimum performance in key sectors of the economy, especially in power industry and agriculture." The Nigerian official delegation working with corporate Nigeria, represented by some of our leading business leaders, didn't come to Yokohama and Tokyo to attend any trade expo, designed as an open forum for participating nations. He added that while Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industries, Mines, Agriculture was scheduled to host an investment forum on Thursday, the ministers on the trip were busy with bilateral sideline discussions. At the same time, President Tinubu will lead meetings with the executives of Toyota Corporation, CFAO, that's CFAO, UN Habitat, UNDP, and the International Finance Corporation. The delegation schedule does not include participating in an open forum trade exhibition. In other words, Onanuga is saying that this whole thing, don't forget about the boat, that we don't have ambassador representing us anywhere. The most important thing is that we are doing side marketing. We are doing hustling. And we are going to bring back reward. And they have started by giving us names. We hope that we get real project. My colleague is in the house. What's your take on the response by the presidency over what Nigerians and ADC is accusing them of? At the ongoing, there's even a big money for Africa funds released by Japan to host and develop Africa. We just hope that we get a chunk out of it this time.
Well, I think it's quite disappointing. Someone once said something, and he says that when a clown enters a palace, that the clown does not turn to a king. Instead, the palace itself will turn a circus. So, unfortunately, I think that's what is playing out. Now, guess what? It wasn't, it wasn't just the president that was part of it. There are a lot of Nigerians who are in Japan, who are part of that entourage, who are part of that whole event. And according to most of them, which I have seen on social media, they said they are bombarded with that question. Why is your boot empty? Anyone that they see dressed like a Nigerian, because to show that they are Nigerians, so they had to go in agbada and some of them in traditional clothes. And they said they have been countless numbers being, why is your boot empty? Because we needed to make inquiries and all of that, So now the first question that another guy needs to answer would have been, other boots, were they empty? One of the attendees says that Nigeria was the only one that is empty.
Yes.
And I think that even too gave someone like PeterObi an opportunity to leverage on it. And PeterObi talked, he said, what the emptiness there, which shows how empty their promises had been for the past 2 years that they had been in power. That Nigerians have been suffering a lot of things that they ought to do to stabilize the economy and bring out the beauty in Nigeria. That's how they have been postponing it, and that's how empty the government had been. I mean, we shouldn't give room for all of this. As much as the president is doing what he should do, there are certain things that you must take into consideration. Representation of economy. I'm talking about ambassadorship. It shouldn't be played with. We don't have an ambassador in Japan.
They don't know them around.
Do you understand? So how do you explain this? Oga, no matter the kind of work, at least you must have a representative. Imagine if something happened to a Nigerian there in Japan, where does he run to? There must be at least a diplomatic embassy filled with people. People are working, and there is a representative that should be there. At a time like this, they should be the ones that would have been there giving vibes and understanding. This is what Nigerians are doing. This is this. At this one, it was totally empty. So I think that is an eye-opener to Bola Tinubu, that he needs to wake up. I personally, if you ask me, I don't blame him. He's an old man. So the people that I should blame are those, for example, the person who is in charge of issues, that's Minister of Foreign Affairs and all of that. That's the main person that should be more emphatic. But unfortunately, too, I can't also blame the Minister of Foreign Affairs, because when Oga wants to do his thing, he would do it. If he doesn't want to do it, no matter the pressure you put on him, he will not do it. But I must say that it's a huge disappointment, and I'm hopeful that subsequently they will have to change that, because the list of names that you are mentioning who are engaged in different activities in TICAD, in TICAD9, I can assure you that most of them will not be available to meet all the Japanese and all the people that wants to make inquiries about Nigeria. But the boat there is an opportunity. It's a place that you walk in and you said, oh, this and this and this. Can you explain this and this for me? And all of that. I think we need to come to terms with that reality. And instead of trying to defend yourself, next time, just tell your guy, we have to do something about this ambassadorship stuff.
It's not too late. Let's just hope that they do the needful. That's where we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section.